Alright guys and girls, I have got a review sort of upcoming weapons maybe here. This is the latest patch basically from the SEA server, the Play 1 Asia server. And I'm just gonna like stop and start and I'm gonna analyze what the new stuff that they've got in their game now. And I'm going to tell you whether I think it'll be implemented into our server soon for the Chinese New Year, or whatever may happen. Now please understand that this is a possible, these stuff are not guaranteed to come in, and the way that I will perceive them to be implemented may not actually happen. It might just be me talking out my butt about it. But, this is my opinion and this is how I think it will come about. So let's watch the video. And I will stop and sort of tell you, what's going on, my opinions on things. So first things first, bam, new AWP. Got a similar style to how the Lantaka Lance looks. It's called the Lantaka Lance in our server. They're calling it the AWP Monkey King. I'm sure they'll have a different name if they bring it into our game. It looks very nice. It sounds very nice. It looks to scope in reasonably well. I don't really think there's anything wrong with it. Now another thing to note, straight away. Look at that map. That's right. They've actually put a themed skin on a map that isn't Lost Temple. Quite surprising, because Lost Temple's usually the map they always skin. Okay, they skin snow, but no one gives a fuck about snow. Right. So, look at it. It's nice. It's a nice look to it. I'm not sure whether this is the... I can assume this is to do with Valentine's Day. Just because of the big love heart and all the gifts and just, very feminine look to it. I could be wrong, but I assume that this is Valentine's Day. I assume that the weapon, like I said, is for the Chinese New Year because it's the Monkey King, The sniper itself looks pretty good. Now, you know that I quite like to do a good bit of melee as well. And here is the second item that they've entered. And it is Monkey King bar, basically. It's called the... Now please don't slay me if I don't know this. It says Rui or Rui Bang. I could be wrong there. But it looks pretty good. And damn does it look good when you're striking people with that melee. That's really cool. So there's the melee. And it looks pretty damn good. Now obviously it wouldn't be a good Blackshot patch without a new version of the AK-47. Now my opinions on the look. I think it looks okay. I think the look is quite nice. It's very very sort of realistic, I suppose. It's more realistic than some of the stupid guns we have in the game. It looks quite nice. I like the fact that they are putting like more custom scopes onto these weapons. It does worry me a little bit that they're starting to phase out the fact that you have to unlock a scope now. With a lot of guns you can just buy it with a scope on it already. But, it's a nice gun. It looks quite nice. What I will say first off is, I think that it does look quite balanced as far as the gun goes. It's got quite a lot of spread there and you can see it's kicking up. It's nice to see that the gun just doesn't have zero recoil and zero spread, like other guns that have recently been released. And it looks quite good, like I said before. It'll be an interesting one to try, definitely. I like the little animation that they have for putting the clip in, it's nice. Now of course they have an event. This event won't be coming to us, but you can see some of the weapons that we've had in our gold boxes. They're going to be getting implemented into the game. But I want to make a note here, okay? Look at the silver on this gun. I mean, okay, forget the symbol on the side because that's specific for the Asia server. But look at the silver on this gun. And I know that it's a small detail, but look how nice it looks on this gun. And if you look at my videos with the Enfield All-Star that we have in our server, the silver on that looks ridiculously bland. It looks really washed out. And this actually looks like a shiny, nice silver. And you will see in a minute, you'll see other stuff as well. And again, look at the gold on that. Now, I'm not sure whether there's too much difference in the gold one, but again, you can see, I think there is a difference with the gold one. And I think it does look a lot more like gold, you know, it looks nicer and cleaner. Okay, the symbol on that one does look a bit stupid. You can see the graphics are stretched quite heavily there, and they're pushing it hard. But, you know, it happens. And now they have a little bit of a stupid melee, which is the Blackshot Cup of some sort. Now, I assume with this Blackshot Cup that we won't get this in our server because we're not doing that Blackshot Season 1 event. Or we might get it in our server, purely based on the fact that we are doing a tournament. Maybe, but I don't know whether we will.
Awesome.
So there we go. So my rundown of how I think that the weapons are going to go along is simple. I think that if they put the new AWP into the game, it will be a gold box premium item. I pretty much guarantee that it will be the top prize in the gold box premium item, because they'll want to milk us for every fucking penny that we have. That's my opinion on the first one. As far as the AK-47 goes, the new one, I don't think that they'll put it in the gold box. I think that they'll add it as a new weapon in the BSC section. I do think that's the case, and that's the way, in most cases, that is the way the AKs have come so far, especially the last one was the Midas. And then the Bren tuning came in, and that was straight into the game as well. It wasn't put in a gold box, which is good. It's much better. But I don't think that'll happen with the AWP, because they know that people seek these new AWPs, and they will make as much money as they can by putting it in the gold box premium. Moving on to the melee. I don't think the melee is going to be put in the gold box. At least I hope not. I'm saying this more of a wish than a desire. I hope that it doesn't get put into the box. The only reason I'm saying that is because usually the melees don't get really put into, like, the new melees that come out, they don't usually get put as like a grand prize in the gold boxes. Now in the gold boxes they do have melees, but they're usually slightly older ones that are still good, but they're usually, like I said, slightly older ones. It looks interesting, the melee. It's probably the thing that I'm most excited for, really. Just because it's such a new idea to have, like, the monkey bar, you know, the Monkey King bar. It's a really cool idea. It's not a knife, it's not a, you know, it's not something that, I mean, I know we've had stupid ideas, like we've got the fucking heist bag, which is it's a very good melee weapon, but, I mean, really, we're killing people with a bag of dollars. I mean, come on. Anyway, the monkey bar looks very good. I hope that it comes in as just a BSC weapon, and, you know, of course, if it does, then I will try and get my hands on it. Then we had the Enfield All-Star, and then the M24 All-Star. Now, we've got them already, and they're in the gold boxes. The Enfield All-Star is not as good as the WL, but it's still a competitive weapon. And then the M24 is, like, for good sniper players, it's OP as fuck, you know, but whatever. I don't really care too much about that. Now, we come to the last thing, which is the trophy. Like I said before, I don't think the trophy is going to get implemented. Purely based on the fact that I think the trophy is like an Asia sort of replica of their trophy that they're going to have for this season. If it does get implemented, they'll probably just put it in as a BSC item into the melee section. And that's really my rundown on the patch video. Now, please bear in mind, none of these items might come to the game, to our server I should say, because there are items in the Asia server that still aren't in our server, and none of these items might even come. Now, I will make a follow-up video when I've updated my Asia client, and I will go in there and have a look at them and show you the stats and how they compare to other popular weapons. I won't be able to show you the actual guns in action, purely based on the fact that I'm not cashing into the Asia server, because I don't play on the Asia server. It's like the worst waste of my money ever, you know. But I will go in there and have a look at the pricing of them, look at how they've implemented them into Asia. Now again, if I do, I want to preface this by saying these videos are speculation. They are my opinion. They are nothing solid and concrete, just to make sure so no one comes to me and says, oh my god, you said this weapon would be in the game and where the fuck is, you know. These weapons might not even come. For example, the HK Omega that's in the Asia server, which I think looks really nice, isn't in our client yet. So they may end up even putting guns like that in before they even consider this patch. Because this patch that they've just implemented into Asia looks like they've mixed in the Chinese New Year, and then they've put the like Valentine's theme stuff into it as well, which is a nice touch. The Valentine stuff is always a nice little touch. Brings a bit of happiness in an otherwise interesting game. So I will catch you again soon with an update video of what's going on. Thank you for watching.